Hi there, and welcome back to the show where I get my friend who's never experienced a lot in his life.
I haven't. I've
is-
not experienced anything.
Probably a bit harsh, really. Oh, man.
Yes, that's true, Lee. I've
Yes.
not. I've barely.
He's a blob.
I've barely. I never leave my room. You know,
Yeah.
I've never been with a woman. I've never drank alcohol. I've just. I haven't even killed a man.
You've heard it here first, folks.
Yes. No. I'm your friend, John.
Yes,
Hello.
you are. Hi.
Hi, Lee. How are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
I'm very good. It's very cold today, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a cold day.
It
Rain
is.
not worked good.
No, not at all. It's I mean, just for context, we are recording this in the early days of November.
Yes.
So it is getting a bit cold,
Yeah.
but the days are getting shorter.
Yeah.
The nights are getting longer. Halloween has been and gone. My birthday has been and gone.
Yep.
But we have got Christmas to look forward to.
Yeah.
You know, that's on the horizon. It's getting earlier and earlier every year. But this is my favourite time of year, funnily enough.
Is it?
Yeah, I love the latter end of the year. I love
I
the
do like
autumn,
cold. Yeah.
the autumn wintry period. I'm quite a big fan of it. You know, so yes, I'm in quite good spirits.
Yep.
You know,
I'm gonna keep this opening because we're started now.
we've started. Why
Yeah.
not? Exactly. We'll keep through it.
Yeah.
You know, that's all we can do.
So yeah, this is my friend John. I'm Lee. That's John. Hi.
Hi. Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Goodness me. So what have you got for me today, Lee?
So I got a band for you
Of
called
course.
Nothing's Carved in Stone.
Oh, lovely.
What do you think?
I hated it.
Here it is.
Well, okay. Context, right?
Yes.
I don't like bands like Don Brocker, Nothing But Thieves, sort of like the look on your face. I'm so sorry. Like new metal-y type stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of it. And this just reminded me so much of it. I'll be fair, okay. So I started. So you sent me this song. This band to sort of listen to it, and I've written Spirit Inspiration.
Yes.
Nope.
Nope.
I've got written in my notes here, Lee. Nope. Absolutely not. Because I was like, oh my god, is this what I'm in for? Is this what I'm in for? Just this. You know, it was. Oh god, I'm trying to salvage any sort of like positive thing I can say about it. I do actually have something nice to say about them, I guess. When I listened to the song Out of Control, I've written here a bit more enjoyable, but still that pop punk whinge. And I'll explain what I mean by that, right? The one thing that sort of like puts me off pop punk as a genre. Now I'm not saying that this band is a pop punk band, although, you know, there is some comparison there to be made. It's the whinge, right? I hate whingy singers. You know, it's the same reason why I hate like Sum 41.
That band?
They're like teenage, who sang Teenage Dirtbag?
Oh, that was Wheatus.
Wheatus.
I get that.
Like
That's-
Wheatus, Teenage Dirtbag, like, you know, Sum 41, that sort of thing.
I think this shows our age gap because that was my kind of.
Yeah.
This came out when I was just turning teen, so this is what.
Yeah.
Good.
Just for context as well. Like, Lee, how old are you?
I'm like close to 32.
You're 32. You're close to 32 years old.
The episode this airs the week after, like the next episode will be my birthday.
Right. So you will be 30.
I will be 32.
You will
the
be
next
32.
episode.
Wow. And then okay. So that's the context. It's like Lee's basically 32. I've recently just turned 25.
Yeah, there's a bit of age gap.
So there's a bit of an age gap there, but it's like when we met you at university, we had no idea you were like like one of the oldest people on the course, because like you're just one of us basically. But it was like, you know, that sort of genre of music, that period of music, I find it so fascinating because, like we were talking about before in the previous episode, I had things like, you know, like Jimmy Eat World, you know, like that sort of like acceptable emo of genre of music. Acceptable emo.
John's acceptable list.
Yes, exactly. We like to call it acceptable emo, and that's precisely what like the kind like Jimmy Eat World, My Chemical Romance, Green Day to some extent.
Which is
Like,
funny because I don't like My Chemical Romance.
do you really not?
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Oh, I think they're really good.
Same with Fall Out Boy.
Fall Out Boy. Well, I mean, I haven't really given Fall Out Boy like a fair listen to, so I can't really comment on them. But I kind of know what I'm gonna get. I think, that with that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it's just the whinginess, man, of it. It's just like, oh, in a day in my car, I drove to work, and it was really, really fun.
That was almost
sort of
Avril Lavigne. That sounded like Skater Boy.
well, yeah, it was. I was riffing on Skater Boy, but it's the same melody. You know what I mean? And it's like they all have the same melody. They all have the same like thing going on. Like oh, my girlfriend left me, but I'm still playing with my friends. Like in a skate park. We're surrounded by people, and that the music video is always that as well.
Yeah.
It's always them in like in a suburban like cul-de-sac neighborhood where they're playing with the band and they're all jumping up and down in sync. And sync.
That was some 41.
That was some, yeah, but
Some 41 jumped down.
some 41 did that with In Too Deep, and I'm trying to keep. But like they all are the same thing, and that's what like, and I'm aware I'm going off on a massive rant here.
That's my teenage years there.
But Lee, I hated your teenage years, right? I'm sorry, but I hated it, right? It was like
I hated them too. Don't worry.
Oh God, it's just I can't bear it, and I think it's such a shame because that's not to say that like there isn't musical merit behind some of those songs, because I think there is.
I was gonna say there's a hell of a lot of good bass riffs in it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. like musically, like they're not bad songs. They're quite like good to like dance about to, and like have a good time to. But some of them like really ruin it with their voice. And it's the same, which is why I don't mind, which is why I'm quite a massive fan of Green Day, because I think like Billy Joe Armstrong actually has quite a good voice. I think it's the same thing with My Chemical Romance and Jimmy Eat World and that sort of thing. Even Avril Lavigne, like those sort of songs, like they're kind of like bearable to listen to because
she has some bangers.
She has some bangers, absolutely, because of her voice, that sort of thing. It's like it's quite appealing to listen to, but yeah, it's that pop punk whinge. That I'm not a fan of. And then the next song that was on, I can't remember the name because I was so enraged. I said, this guy's voice is chronic. Seriously, it's the fact that I can hear everything he's saying. And I think that's another thing as well, because he's singing, because obviously it's in English,
Yes.
right? So I was like, oh, I can actually understand what's going on now. And I hate it even more. Because it's like, it's that thing of you can hear, there's something about the fact that you can hear every single word that they're saying. And it's just so infuriating for some, I don't know what it is, but it's just like, oh God, you just feel like you need a shower afterwards.
I'm trying to think of what song it is now.
I'm sure it was the third one on the list.
I'm going through the list now. Keep on vamping.
But like, I couldn't do it, man. It was so unbearable. But then, it got into like the next song, I thought something like that, and I've written here, Red Hot Chili Peppers bass is always nice to hear, and that's the thing. Like there was quite like that thick like slapping of the bass going on, which I'm always quite a big fan of, and not that I'm a massive fan of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I mean, I like them.
Fair enough. I've just looked at the thing, Crystal Beat. Yeah, you can hear every single word.
You can hear every single word that he's saying, and it's just infuriating. It's just, oh my God, shut up! Like I can't you know what I mean? Like I was like, I can't do this, And it's Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yeah, that kind of like bass line going through. I need to listen to more of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, actually. I was always like the big hits that like I knew, like Californication, like Can't Stop, like that sort of thing. But like all of my friends are really into the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like they love them for like, and I understand why. I just never got into them, but I'll have to like delve into that world.
Future episode maybe, because
well, yes, maybe it could be. Yes, absolutely. I mean, Flea. Actually, when I was learning how to play bass, the first video that I watched on like basic, really like your first bass lessons thing was Flea.
Yeah.
And he had a video on YouTube where he was like teaching you the very basics of how to play a bass, and it was actually really quite good. And then I realized obviously like who he was afterwards. Like, oh, he's the bass player from Red Hot Chili Peppers, and his whole thing is like playing slap bass and stuff like that, like playing. But when you dissect them, he's actually playing like really simple bass lines, but that added that flair through through like his way of slapping and picking and things like that, which It's actually quite difficult to do, but it's really rewarding when you manage to do it. Which something I'm still delving into today. I've written something here as well, which is the general. I think this is my general problem with this kind of music, is that it's like the promise of a new relationship, but you fall into the same traps, where where they all start off with like maybe a different vibe. There's something, the promise of something a bit different, and then all of a sudden you get the chorus and it's the same thing. They all have the same chorus lines. They all like sort of like do that soaring thing. Like this like big epic choruses where it's like you've got to get like the emo kids like sort of excited.
Right.
And you've got to get them like jumping up and down and uniting, like, oh, we're all depressed, we're all in pain, but it's okay. We've got music to unite us and stuff. And that's not like like a derogatory like, address towards them, because of course everybody needs that. But it was like, but that's what it felt like, And then Lee,
Yes.
this was the big shock for me. I thought this was a Western band.
Yeah, because they're mostly singing.
Because they're all singing in English, and I thought, oh, this is just some just some other like shithouse band, you know what I mean? Where it's just like like everyone's singing like new metal-y like punky songs, like pop punky songs. But then, oh my god, I've written here, oh, the music video is stunning. Holy shit, they're Asian. They're Asian, they're Japanese men, like,
Yes.
and they're singing in Japanese, and I was like, good God, what's going on? It's crazy. The music video, I can't remember what song it was, but it's the first one with the music video.
I'm trying to think now.
It might be the fourth or fifth one on the list, I'm not sure. But I was like, music video, fairly standard fare. And again, it's just this thing of like, there's another thing about music videos, right? There is no imagination in a lot of music videos.
Oh, yeah, it's
like
mostly-
still. Like if you're a band, right, your music video should not be relegated to you on a rooftop or on a highway or somewhere urban, playing the songs in a passionate way or whatever. And then there's a quick cut to the drummer, and then there's a quick cut to the bassist, and then they'll be filmed in with some fisheye lens or whatever. And that's the big selling point of the video. It's like, no, let's get some creativity into it. And that's not to say that there isn't, because you've shown me several other music videos, which we'll get onto, in the future. But like, bloody hell, like, come on, man.
It must have been You City you were listening to.
It must have been, yes. But here's the thing.
He's
Lee.
the thing.
Here's the thing, Lee Crawford. As soon as
Doctors
they,
while you're here.
as soon as they started singing in Japanese, we immediately went back to the comfortable position of Europop early 2000s, right? I don't know what it was, but all of a sudden we're back to that again, and I was like, this is the genre that is at the heart of the Japanese people, right? It's early 2000s Europop. They love it, and they do it so well. Why are we? I'm so frustrated. I'm so frustrated, Lee, because it was like, they were doing like this genre of music before when they were singing English. I was like, oh, it just sounds like just a shit band. It just sounds like a I know you love it. I know you really like it. I'm sorry, but like, I have to speak honestly. And it was like, we're just doing this terrible like new metal early 2000s crap, and it's like, and then all of a sudden they started singing in Japanese, and immediately we're back in familiar territory. It's like, you guys do this well. I don't know why. Oh my god, it's like I don't know. Like, everything was soaring. Like, everything started soaring. It was incredible. It's crazy. You're itching to say something, I can tell.
Yeah, it's just when you just talk about them all the time, I was just thinking, like, you notice one thing they always do. They'll have like it's usually after the chorus or somewhere in the mid. They'll kind of do, everyone gets the spotlight. So spotlight the bass, spotlight the guitar,
Yes.
spotlight the drums.
Yes, exactly. They all have like their moment to like do their thing. That's like the instrument highlight,
Yeah.
as we like to call it. It's
Kind of thing you see in like a live show, like introducing guitarist.
yeah,
bassist,
exactly. Yeah, exactly. And there's always like the breakdowns always. It's like the drums are always like doing like this weird double pedal thing, and everything's just.
It's real this time. It's a real person this time.
It's a real person this time, exactly. And it's that. Oh yeah. That's the point worth raising. Actually, it's like, again, it's like anything from Miku. It's like, it always comes back to her. Who just ruined music for me.
John's first taste in Japanese music was just.
It was
it wasn't real.
It wasn't. It was a figment of my programmed imagination. But this was like, I have a lot of respect for it, especially when they started singing in their native tongue, because it was like, this immediately feels a lot more correct, if that makes any sense. So I've written Everything is Soaring, because that was just a general thing that I felt. Go My Punks.
Yes.
Or as I had to read it, I've written a note here. I've written in my notes here, Lee.
Yeah.
That's just starting to become a catchphrase of mine.
Written in my notes.
I've written here, Lee. Remember the voice. Go My Punks. That's the only way that I read it, and that's the only way that I can read that sentence. Just so in the song, Go My Punks. Not at all what I expected. I was expecting it to be another a pop punk banger, shall we say?
Yeah.
No, it was incredibly odd. It was are there clashing chords in there or something, or is
I
it?
don't know. The opening just seems to go up and up and up in like
yeah.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Up the scale.
Up the scale, yeah.
Yeah. It was very strange. It was I couldn't make my mind up as to whether they were playing clashing chords or whether the melody in the melody was doing one thing in one key, and then the vocals are doing something else, and I'm like, right, okay, so we're doing clashing chords now. And honestly, if anyone's an expert, more of an expert in music than I am, and who knows this song, please correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what it felt like to me. It was just very bizarre, and I was like, is this when they're trying to? But it was something very different, though, to like any of the other songs, which I did appreciate. But I was like, is there something odd when they really do something different, when they deviate from that general theme, But I have written here, there's something more appealing hearing them sing in Japanese, and I really stand by that, because when they were singing in English, I hated every second of it. I really did. I thought there's nothing. Oh God, I'm falling off the chair. There's nothing appealing about this. It's just it's just generic rubbish that I couldn't stomach. But as soon as they started singing in Japanese, it immediately changed for me.
I think about half the songs I give you, half are in English, some are in Japanese, and some were a mix.
Yes, I did notice that, actually. Yeah, there was one song where it was half and half. I can't remember the name, but it was just odd, because I was like, oh, he's singing in English. But then he's singing in Japanese. It's like, it's quite, it's much more acceptable. It's just much more there's much more appealing to hear, because they really do that genre really well, and I don't know if it's a conscious thing, or if it's like I don't know. It was just really strange.
I know that's probably the appeal of singing in a foreign language, like
appeal of singing in a foreign language, absolutely, but I think that's why people like Europop so much.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's just they all tend to follow like the same beats, and and honestly, I genuinely think that a lot of these Japanese bands are heavily inspired by Europop. If they're not, then it's just a massive coincidence, because it really comes across.
I mean, to catch your catchphrase, I've got some in my notes. This might make things more sense to you. So the band is a mash of other bands. So the guitarist is from one band, drums from another, the singer is from another, and the bass is from another band.
Oh, so they're a supergroup.
Yeah, so they're just all handpicked from another band and joined together to.
Oh my God! So are they a manufactured band?
No, the lead singer dropped his band and wanted to do some other things. He got into contact with
right. Okay, I get that now. That
discovered they actually discovered the one of the singers from his band's MySpace profile. This was 2009.
MySpace. Good luck. Well, that's another thing as well. Like this all feels like all this music and all this stuff feels like it's from that era. It's like, oh, it's stuck. It's like it's stuck in the late 2000s,
which is my music taste.
Early 20s. Yeah, that's primarily where your music taste lies.
Yeah.
Yes, incredible. Yeah, it was. That does not surprise me. Like MySpace. That's what it sounds like. Actually, this sounds like the soundtrack to MySpace. That's what it sounds like.
I mean, MySpace was used for bands like way after MySpace died.
Yeah, I mean, MySpace is it still around?
I mean, just
It-
Google check out just MySpace.
It must be still. I think like I'm sure I googled that like a few months ago. Like what's actually happened to MySpace? I'm
Yeah,
sure
it's still active.
it's still active.
Yeah,
How? Like who's on it?
Tom.
Tom's on it.
You know Tom MySpace.
Yes.
MySpace Tom. He's always there.
That's so funny.
Wants me to look at the terms. No, sure, whatever.
Go on.
It looks like a news site, to be honest. It just looks like a generic news site.
Well, that seems to be what it's.
Music and videos, and yeah, just
Is that just what it's used for? Because it used to be
Yeah.
like, It used to be like
It was-
the
it
social
was
media,
beta Facebook. Yeah, it was like before Facebook.
bigger than Facebook.
I mean, everyone had a MySpace profile when I was a kid.
God, I didn't. I mean, I was never on MySpace.
It took me ages to move to Facebook, and then I just got rid of it because
Yeah.
it's trash.
Facebook is trash. I mean, like I'm still on it. I mean, like when I look on Facebook, like today, it is just an amalgamation of boomers putting up their photos or sharing, like sort of anti-vax stuff, you know, and it's like. And you get the odd people who are like sharing like memes and memories and stuff like that, but there's literally like nothing on it.
Yeah.
But they're changing it. They're changing the name, aren't they?
No, the company's name.
Oh, the
So
company's
it's still gonna be
changed.
MySpace. It's gonna be MySpace now.
Still, they're changing it as MySpace.
It's
Okay.
still gonna be Facebook, but it's whatever it's called. If you click on Instagram, it tells you what it's powered by now. It says
like neural network or something. Or...
Meta.
Meta. That's it. Meta. Yes.
Yeah,
Meta.
Can't seem to click on Instagram. Yeah, from Meta at the bottom instead of from Facebook.
Right. Fair enough then. Okay. Well, that's interesting. But no, I mean that was like the social media back then, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
MySpace was a thing. You had eight things where your friends were, and you ranked them which one. Like,
Oh
you
my
know
God.
who you're like good with friends because it'll be at your top.
Yeah. I remember when I was in school, like in 2009, and I was in year 7. Phew.
I was 19.
Oh my God. God.
I had a job. I was like adult working adult.
I had a job. I was 19. Like you were barely like functioning as a human being. I know that's so strange, isn't it? That's so weird. But yeah, I mean, I remember like so that was when, because that was the weird point in life. I think generally when, 2009, 2010. That is when the internet really took off.
when it got mainstream,
That
like
yeah
a lot more mainstream.
yeah.
Boomers got hold of it.
Yeah, exactly. That was it. That was that's exactly right. That was when, you know, but that was like the social media boom,
Yeah,
because that's when like Facebook became the thing.
yeah.
Bloody like Twitter, if I'm not mistaken, like
I
Twitter
think I've had my Twitter account since 2009.
2009. Yeah, exactly. Like,
Wow,
and
since
because that was the period when anyone could say anything.
Yeah,
You know, and that's when things started to change, and that's when
it was just before it was just after the Wild West of like
Yeah.
when everything was unregulated, and the first website you typed in was Grommet ate my balls.
yes,
That was one of the first memes. Very weird.
yeah, and like YouTube as well. Well, YouTube
YouTube was just
just
starting then.
Yeah.
Thereabouts. I think it was 2007.
2006,
6, 7?
2006. Yeah, that's
And it
when
wasn't
YouTube.
getting popular till then. I used to watch stuff in like
Yeah, exactly. Like it was crazy, wasn't it? But like, bloody you know, I mean, this is another like episode in itself. I could talk about this for ages, but the 2010s, turbulent decade, a transitional decade into what we are going to face now in the 2020s, which is still yet to properly reveal itself, but it's nothing compared to what the 2000s were. You remember it fondly because I was a child then, but I imagine you probably would remember it differently. The 2000s, like that was a
yeah.
horrifically turbulent decade in terms of all sorts of stuff. But like, yeah, it's the soundtrack to MySpace.
Yeah.
That
I
was
mean,
what was on. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was what I was
because
talking about,
the music came out like starting in 2009, and definitely the influence, especially probably his Western influence, was emo stuff at the time.
Absolutely, yeah, and that was kind of like because that was like the biggest stuff at the time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, but I was gonna say MSN.
Oh god, MSN Messenger, jeez.
MSN, that was the big thing. That
Yep.
was what when I went into secondary school in year 7, that is what kids were talking on. Are you on MSN tonight? You know,
I
that
think
sort
I
of
was
thing?
still using MSN round about then because I used to get my mate to send us some anime stuff because that's when he got me into anime.
Aye. Yeah.
Actually, no, they got me into anime. They now. I apologize in advance.
Oh, they all right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was that's going back.
Transitional periods. There we
Yeah,
go.
'cause, like I haven't told them in years, so I just remember they're there. Yeah. So,
yeah.
yeah.
God.
Yeah, they got me into anime around about 2008. Got
Yeah.
to college. I'm like, you watching this? I'm like, really? Do I have to?
Do I have to do this?
And then I watched my first thing, and I was like, I quite like this.
Yeah.
Oh,
And your
no.
life changed forever.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. God, that's strange, in it? Like, it's a strange period.
And this is about the period of time when no one really watched anime, apart from you had to find like, you either had to torrent it or you watched 3 parts on YouTube.
Yeah. Well.
And the second part was always gone.
I guess everyone's kind of exposure to anime, in a sense, was like as I was saying before in the first episode, was like Dragon Ball Z,
Yeah,
that sort of thing. You
most
know?
of them got ported over the kids stuff.
Yeah.
They got
Yeah.
butchered by like trying to make it more kid friendly.
Hmm.
Because honestly, if you see like the 4 Kids One Piece compared to One Piece, what originally was,
Oh,
it's
wow, is
night
it?
and day.
Night and day, yeah. Well, that was it. I mean, it's like Dragon Ball Z, Beyblade, as you said, One Piece and all that. But it was my first exposure to real storytelling.
Mm.
I've said this before in the first episode, but I'll say it again. It was like, that's when they really like got a good sense for drama, you know, and like big sagas and things like that. Shin-chan.
Shin-chan, Crayon Shin-chan.
That might be. Oh, is that Chinese?
No, it's
Oh, is it
it's
Japanese?
Yeah,
Japanese,
it's just,
yeah,
it's just
sure.
weird. It's a weird.
Very
show.
strange.
Yeah, it's a very strange. thing.
Very, 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 very strange. Very strange. But I
But-
remember that fondly.
This is all coming back to full circle because I'm just thinking now. My first big exposure to like more that adult looking anime
Right.
was a Linkin Park video.
Really?
Yeah, it was a Linkin Park video and it was all anime style.
Oh, was it?
Breaking the Habit.
Okay.
And that's just going back into emo anime. It's all created. Anyone who's an emo probably likes anime now.
Right, yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah,
Emos turned to weebs.
that is exactly right. Yes. Which is yeah, you got. I mean, I never went through the emo phase.
Yeah.
I have an appreciate. I mean,
for me.
yeah, but it's like you just develop into weeb, do you? Is
Yeah.
that how it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it gets obnoxious. Like I think I used to be really obnoxious in my early 20s.
Oh God.
Like you probably would have hit. We probably wouldn't have been friends if.
no.
If I,
Oh,
if
fair
I
enough.
was the same as I was early 20s when started uni, you probably.
Do you think? I was gonna say something. A loaded question here. Is it? Do you think weebs are generally unbearable people? Oh,
Some can be.
some can be.
Yeah.
I hate to generalize, but you
There's
know.
just a loud majority. There's always like a loud minority, but the louder ones always get the voices heard
Yeah.
more,
Sure.
and it usually puts you off shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Well,
So a lot of people watch anime. People who you wouldn't think watch anime because it's just anime. It's just you
it's
watch it.
anime.
Yeah.
It's just
It's
just
nothing. It's nothing. The weird thing that it's nothing special. It's not like I'm special for watching it.
yeah,
But you get people who think they're special for watching it.
for watching anime. Yeah. And it's like, well, if it's that accessible where anyone can watch it, it can't be that, exclusively.
There's still people who gatekeep. There's
Yeah.
always going to be people who gatekeep.
Oh,
'cause
yeah,
gatekeeping's the
absolutely.
thing. I'm the opposite. Push gates open, throw wide the gates. Everyone, look at
Get
this.
everyone in. Kick everyone in.
Even if you think it's shit, look,
Yeah.
look at this.
This is
I like
precisely
this.
what we're doing
Yeah,
here.
this is pretty
know.
much. This is the gate opening podcast where we open gates.
Exactly. That's the thing. If anyone listening to this gets an idea of like, oh, I think I'll give that a listen to. Go for it. You might love this band.
Yeah,
You might, what are they called again?
nothing's carved in stone.
Nothing's carved in stone. You might love Nothing's carved in stone.
Which they abbreviate NCIS, which is a bit weird over here because that's a weird show. It's like a
NCIS. It's
it's a
crime scene investigation, isn't it?
it's a crime scene show. Yeah, over
What?
here.
And
The Japan, like in Japan, they abbreviate nothing's carved in stone.
oh, I see, I understand
Yeah.
what you mean. Right. Okay. Cool.
Their YouTube channel is NCIS official.
Right. Okay. So people think that like they'll be looking for like the crime scene investigation show.
Yeah.
But they get this rather wonderful band from Japan.
You
You
say
know.
wonderful through gritted teeth.
I did, yeah. I'm sure they've got their fans.
Yeah.
What are they like? Are they huge? Are they quite big in Japan or?
Honestly, I don't know. Like, they have a bit of a thing because during lockdown, they pretty much they just went back and did some like redesigns of the old songs and stuff like that,
Okay,
and
right.
re-released albums.
Yeah.
And they go on tour quite a bit.
Okay.
Never been on tour over here.
No.
There's only one Japanese band that I've ever seen over here.
Who's that?
Arc-en-Ciel, which are like
All
got a
right.
French name, but they're Japanese.
Again, it's
One-
it's the French.
Yeah, one day I'll get you
yeah.
to listen to them. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're huge as well. They've been going around since like 90s.
Right. Okay. Oh God. Okay. That's quite a well established band then. If you've
Yeah.
been going for that long.
And yeah, I seen them 2009.
2009 again. It's that
Maybe-
magical year.
I mean, that
2009.
maybe 2011. Height of weebness of 2011.
Right. Okay.
I had blonde hair.
That is
I wore goggles.
that is weeb and beyond.
Yeah,
That is crazy.
proper weeb.
Jesus. Blonde hair.
I dyed my hair blonde a
I
lot.
can't imagine you with blonde hair. Because like, just for context, I mean, obviously, Lee's hair is like pretty jet black. Well, jet blackish.
Yeah, it's
You know,
thereabouts.
it's thereabouts. And so I can't imagine you with blonde hair at all.
It used to be on my Facebook.
Ja-
Probably gone now.
I remember seeing it. Actually, I remember seeing it. Yes. God, but of course, since you've deleted your profile, so
Yeah.
can't find out. But no, it is true. I have
I
seen
dyed
it.
my hair up until the year I did the college course, the access course to get into uni.
Right. Okay.
And then I stopped around about college. And I was thinking, probably is a bit weird. Like,
Should probably
doing-
stop doing this. Yeah.
I mean, just people my age and a lot that do what I had. I was just like, for me, I was just like, nah.
Oh yeah, do whatever you like. You know, like do what you want, do what makes you feel happy. But you know, it's
So I looked relatively normal when I got to uni.
yeah. It's, God, I know that was a period and a half, wasn't it? But
Try being 25 and all these kids here.
oh mate, well, hey, it's you know, I mean, I am 25 now, and you know, it's well, that's the thing. I mean, I did a PGCE, didn't I?
Yeah.
So I did like a I mean, I am technically a qualified. Well, I haven't got QTS. I haven't got qualified teacher status, but I am. But that basically means that I'm not qualified to teach in secondary schools.
Right.
But I am qualified to teach like colleges and sixth formers and things like that, which is fine because it was going to be film studies.
Yeah.
So you know that perfectly tailors to it. But it was strange because I was like, I'm 24, like I was 24 at the time, and I'm teaching like these kids who are like 17, 16, something like that. 16, 17 at that age, yeah.
College.
Going
yeah,
college, yeah,
it was
16, 17, or something like around about that, like 17, 18, that sort of thing, you know. And it's that was it, yeah. And it's like, and you know, I mean, I am obviously like much older than them.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, you're quite an established like adult at that time, but it's like it still feels bizarre because it's like I kind of remember college and sixth form, and here I am teaching college sixth form students,
Yeah.
and it's very bizarre, but you know, very rewarding though, I will say. You know, when you get to, on a personal note, if anybody wants to go into teaching, give it a go. You might enjoy it. It is quite rewarding, but it's not my goal. You know, it's not my end goal to like go into teaching, but it's something that if I need it, you know. But yeah, what were we? Oh yeah, nothing.
Yeah, we were calling it
NCIS.
NCIS,
Yes, of
yes.
course. There's a not no. Oh, look.
John, I'll ask you my question.
Go on.
Would you listen to them?
No.
Starting from the very start.
No, I wouldn't. I just found it really tiresome,
Fair.
to be honest. I was just like, I mean, I kind of set my mind from the beginning, when they started singing, especially in English. I was like, I don't like this. I don't like this. This is, I don't find a lot appealing about it. Instrumentally wise, a lovely bit of bass, fairly well written songs, I guess. They are much better when they're singing in Japanese, and they're much better when they're leaning into that Europop thing, which other Japanese bands apparently like to do.
It's funny you said that. I've shown my dad a few songs before, and he always says this sounds like it should be on Eurovision.
Right. Well, your father is absolutely dead on that. Yeah, it's absolutely true. They sound like Eurovision songs, you know, which is which I don't know if it's a bad thing or a good thing, but that's what they sound like. But no, to answer your question, no.
Maybe it's just us, like being from like UK, we listen to mostly like stuff from the UK or
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
Everything else is Europop.
Everything
around-
is just lumped in that big genre. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, to be fair though, in Eurovision, there's been some songs, especially like the one that's just gone. There's like legitimately was some quite good songs. I mean, like the one that the Italian band that won, I can't remember their name, but they were quite cool. But the French entry that year,
Ah,
oh,
the French.
absolutely should have won. Yeah, absolutely should have won. It was a remarkable song, you know. But it didn't sound like generic Europe. In fact, so much so that the ones that did, they were the ones that were like the odd ones out. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It was like, you know, like, oh, here's a Europop song because they don't know what else to do, you know. But no, I will not be listening to Nothing Carved in Stone
Yes.
again, unfortunately.
Fair.
You know.
That's our little playlist is getting sadder and sadder. Each week, John's like, nah, I don't like this. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh.
It's like I cry so many
I-
tears.
I cry so many tears listening to, I listen to Nothing Carved in Stone now.
Oh,
Egoist to Supercell, Nothing's Carved in Stone. I'm going to sit there and like, John doesn't like this stuff.
it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's
we have
fine.
different tastes. It's fine.
Absolutely, it's not gonna. Yeah, they're not gonna stop producing music just because I
Yeah.
don't like them. You're
John
right.
doesn't like it. Stop it now.
Stop.
Right,
We can't do
production.
it.
Right,
Can't do
we're
it.
done. Podcast done over. Stop. John doesn't like
Yes,
it.
yes, exactly. There is an underscore in my name now.
Yes. So yeah, follow us our Twitter, which is my friend John Pod.
Yes, absolutely.
My private Twitter is Black the Mage.
It is, and my personal Instagram is _the_new wave.
Yeah. And that's us.
That
So
is.
next week I'm getting you into another band,
Oh, great.
which I think I'm gonna guess now. You're gonna say it's Europoppy, and I'm not too sure if you're gonna like it or not.
Well, we'll see.
We'll
won't we?
see.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, let's try and go with that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah. Bye everyone.
Farewell.
Bye John.
Bye, Lee.